introduce, not introduce, like I'll just inform like how do I complete the class and what do I provide. So as I'm taking your contact details, I'll be sharing on your mail ID the notes. So you can follow that weekly wise, whatever we are doing. Okay, so we will be completing in next 4 weeks. Uh, yeah, and then all the syllabus will be completed. And if you have any doubts, you can definitely reach me out. So usually the classes will today it's the first day, so there is some issue. So usually it will start by I'll be waiting for 10 minutes, not more than that. So that's the things. And how do I provide notes? Is I'll be providing on these notes only, where everything based on the topic wise, the notes will be added in this, so you can access from this. And we will be doing 20% theory and 80% practical. And yeah, that's it. So that's what it's a request for you that to share your mail ID. And that will be only view, no edit option I'll be giving, because if I give an edit option, it's a problem for the next student who is working on that, right? So it's like that. So today we will only concentrate on the intro part, like what is Terraform and why we are using and why we have to study and what is the market value in that with Terraform in DevOps and cloud, right? And why Terraform came. Few of the intro parts we will do it, okay? And I'll tell you what you have to set up for tomorrow's class, okay? Yes. Terraform is like introduction, okay? It's, as you said, it's an IAC called as, right? Infrastructure as code tool. Okay. It usually it's provision for managing infrastructure for cloud on premises. Okay, SaaS, and it will work as declarative configuration files. Okay. So here usually what will happen, I'm damn sure like most of them are from a cloud background. Okay, they know like what is AWS and how we do it, right? So usually AWS configuration, what we will do it hands-on, right? Like practical manually. But here, when there are so many people, like let's say there are 100, team of 100, and out of that, 30 requests comes every day to one DevOps engineer or one cloud engineer. So it's difficult for them to manage the services, right? If it is one or two is fine, but there are multiple requests and multiple services. It's very difficult for team members to handle it and do it manually, right? And there might be some manual error also, which will happen. So not to happen all those things, this IAC has come into picture. Infrastructure has code. Whatever you want to do it manually, everything you can do it through code, via code. So Terraform is very much asked a topic in the market for your DevOps tool. Okay, DevOps. So that's what it's very much important for you people to learn Terraform, right? So how to create example, you create a code and describe what you want, and Terraform handles how to create. So that's what it says, code, whatever we are giving in a code, right? That's what your Terraform is saying about. Okay, so there's a small architect of how does it work. Let's say we are a practitioner and we are writing a code, and after writing, then we are giving it to our it will work on HashiCorp language. Okay, what it is, how it is, we will learn about it. First, after the code, we will go with plan, okay, then apply. So there are so many resource, okay. There's a cloud platform which works for on Terraform, okay. See, we have on AWS that is called as a cloud formation, but it is only limited to AWS. But Terraform is not limited to AWS. It has other resources as well, okay. Yeah. So scope. What is the scope of this, right? It identify the infrastructure for your project, okay, and write configuration to define your infrastructure, and it can install the required Terraform providers. We can preview the changes which we are making on Terraform, and we can apply. If you're okay with that, then only you can apply for that. Otherwise, you can revoke it back. Okay. Uh, the next one is we have, as I said, multiple cloud. It works on multiple cloud platforms, like configuration for humans, and then track resources with state, and collaborate with Terraform Cloud. Okay, so there's a small intro, like what it is, how it is, but we are going to deep dive it, what exactly each term is saying. Okay. So usually when did Terraform came and how did it evolve in the market? What was the history of that? Okay. It has started in 2014, and it created and released by HashiCorp. And first version was released in July 2014. But usually it was first supported by AWS only. Okay, initially. Why? Because AWS has brought one of the service called as Cloud Formation. But today, if we say, is it Terraform or is it Cloud Formation, most of them will go with Terraform. Why? Because AWS Cloud Formation is up limited to AWS only, but Terraform is not limited to AWS, right? So it create a tool in infrastructure had code, okay, that manage resources and declaratively. Declaratively means it's a simple term. You can understand the code in a very simple way. Okay. So that is called as declarative. When I say, okay, so next 2015, multi-cloud support has come into picture, which supports OpenStack and GCP Azure. Initially, it was only supporting AWS, but later, in 2015, it started supporting for OpenStack, okay, and GCP Azure. Soon it became very popular with cloud deployments, okay, like for coding, that can be reused across providers. So what is providers? We will study. We will study each terminology, what Terraform is dealing with, and you will understand. You will have an idea on that. Okay. For now, don't worry about the terminology. In 2017, they were Terraform, 0.9 came into picture. See, it's like that, right? Whenever we are creating, there's one application every single time. If you're releasing, you're updating some features, whatever it is, any changes you're making, that will release into another version, right? So that's what it's 0.9. Okay. Major changes in state management. So usually remote state backends introduced, okay, in 2017, that is S3 console. Okay, workspace also introduced here. Usually happens, right? So most of them might be aware of AWS event conducted every 3 months, or based on the months, right? So months, or 6 months once or 3 months once. Why they do it? Because to do a marketing, right? So whatever the services they have introduced, people should know about it. It's a market, as they'll take the requirements of the client, and then they'll picture, draft what can be done best for them. And that's what, based on the requirement, new services will come up. Let's say the same services, but something add on is added to it. So that period of time also, they will release a new version. Same thing here also. First, first what we have understood, it started only in 2014, then limited to only AWS, then GCP, OpenStack, Azure came, and next, so 2017 version, S3 console also started. So this is one of the very much important thing, service which we will be using, and it's very much important interview questions also which will be asked for you. Right. So here it is again, workspace introduced for managing multiple environments as well. Next version came into 2018. That was 0.11, which became very much powerful, okay, and it enabled reusable infrastructure patterns as well. And the widespread adoption came into in enterprises, means everyone started adopting a Terraform. Then in 2019, 0.12 1.2 version has came into picture. Now it was a milestone for it, okay, because it introduced a rich expression, that is HCL, uh, HashiCorp language. We will study about it. That is called a HashiCorp language. 1 minute. Yeah. So, it made Terraform much more programmable and flexible. So when HCL has come, HCL is not a company, it's a HashiCorp language, we call it. Okay. So which has come into picture, and completely it was a turnover for a Terraform to work on. Okay, because it supported so many other features. Next, in 2021, 0.13, then introduced, then Java provider sources has come into picture, which is HashiCorp and AWS. Okay, so what it is, we will study about it. Easier to use providers outside the HashiCorp ecosystem. So it's not limited to HashiCorp. Even as I said, we initially it will support so many other resources as well. Next, in 2021, 1.0, that is like June 2021, it has been released. That first stable release has come, then promised long-term capability. Then Terraform has marked the enterprise ready. Okay. How AWS has evolved in 2000, it started between 2005 to 6 until 2014. There was no that much scope, but after 2014 to 15, completely no, it was everything was into cloud. So the same thing here also, 14 they did not recognize, but every year it started growing. So today into 2025 we have more than 10,000, sorry, 1,000 plus providers. Okay. Those are AWS, Azure, GCP, Kubernetes, VMware, Dog, GitHub, Oracle Cloud, DB, monitoring tools, and many other. Everyone are very much interested in this. Why? Because their work is done fast and without human error. Okay, so that's the automation. That's what we study for DevOps, right? DevOps has brought manual work. Like it has brought automation rather than manual work. That's what Terraform is also doing. Okay, so so here what it is. Strong ecosystem with Terraform Cloud. Okay, why? Because it supports SaaS offering by HashiCorp for collaboration, remote state, and cost estimation as well. Okay, for that reason, Terraform Cloud has become very famous. Next, Terraform Enterprise. It's self-hosted enterprise version. And Terragrant is also a wrapper tool to simplify Terraform usage. Okay, so it's a wrapper for this, and so many companies today are adopting Terragrant as well. So, what is the impact of that, right? So here, Terraform has become industry standard for IAC, that is infrastructure as code. Okay, it was used by fortunate companies, 500 fortunate companies, and key benefits of this is cloud agnostic. Okay, declarative and predictable. We will study what is this. Strong open source community it had, and enterprise level support it has. Okay, these are the support features which Terraform has. Hmm. Yeah. First, okay, we have understood the history when it came, why it came. Okay, sorry, why it came. We are studying now. Why Terraform was created, right? That is the main important thing we should know. So, first thing is it's a manual infra provisioning. It was slow and inconsistent. Vendor lock and cloud. So here, usually what happened first before Terraform, what was the scenario that we are studying? Okay, it was manual. Whatever you are doing, everything was manual. You have to do it, and it was slow because they were usually happen, right? We are not machine, we are human beings. We call it, right, so many times. Why it is done? Because we can do things limited to some extent, right? We cannot do everything fast or something. Everything depends on the people, okay? And it was inconsistent. Like today we are doing, tomorrow we are not doing, again day after tomorrow. In the same way, work was not consistent, right? Again, it was like vendor lock cloud formation, which was only AWS, Azure, which was Azure, yeah, Azure ARM, which was only till to their services only. It was not beyond that, right? And it was not, it did not support multi-cloud standards as well. Okay, scaling infra, it was like writing long bash script and then Ansible script was very much difficult. This was when before Terraform. Okay, but what did Terraform do? Right? It we have studied, it is a standard language which will fall in HCL for infra. That is like for setting up the infra, we will go with HCL language. Okay, and it is a multi-cloud support. Okay, and it knows, state management knows what's created and what changed. We will understand, like when we will be doing hands-on, that we will understand what we have created and what it has changed. Okay, and it also ensure the networking comes from before VMs as well. Okay, so here what it is showing, it also resolve the dependency on the VMs. Like we can't only limit our resource to AWS, we can't limit our resource to Azure, right? We can go beyond that. That's what it is telling. Okay, any doubts, anyone so far? Yeah, so why Terraform, right? As we study, because of consistency. Okay, So it runs every run gives the same result. There's no up and down, or there's no graph like increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing. It's not like that. Everyone is like everything is a constant happening. That's what consistency come into picture. Okay. Next one is automation, which creates destroy infra with single command. Okay. So let's say, as I said, right, we will create whatever we want, but we can also destroy whatever we don't want. You don't need to go and delete it. Let's say for AWS, if you have created, auto scaling, okay, your EBS and your target group and so many other things, whichever, and your EC2 instance, you have to delete everything manually, right? You cannot only delete one thing and you cannot rely on something else, right? You should go it manually and delete it. If you are enabling CloudWatch or S3, you have to go and delete in the particular region, right? So in the same way, you if you're missing anything and it will charge you. But here it's not like that. If you want to destroy anything, you can with one command you can destroy every single thing whatever you have created. Let's say these 4 to 5 services which you have created, you can delete everything in just one command, with just one command. Okay. So that's what the automation will come into picture. Next, collaboration. It's store infra has code in Git. I believe like everyone are aware of Git. Okay. So whatever code we are writing in the Git, okay, it stores and it collaborate with it. Okay. And it's as we said, like multi-cloud and hybrid cloud. Okay. One tool for AWS plus Azure plus on-premises. So it's for all. It's for on-premises. It's on cloud. For everything it supports. Okay. Next, it is immutable, means it is replace resource safely instead of mutating. So you don't need to, immutable is something which you cannot replace. Okay, so it's like that. You can safely, mutate. You can come in. If you want, you can save it like a history. If you want to edit it later, also you can do it, or something like that. Okay, so you can replace your resource safely as well. Then drift detection means, let's say, how we have conflict on our GitHub, right? Like on same page, same code, two developers are working and you don't know whose code you have to take. Then it will go to the manager and then they will approve and they'll take it, right? In the same way, if something finds out, let's say you have worked something, let's say you have set up EC2 instance on your Terraform, but somebody went and they have upgraded the volumes to some GB 52 or some kind, 100 GB or something. That time Terraform don't know. Okay, then it will go into drift detection. Okay, how to do, what to do, we will do when we are going to study about our in our daily classes. Okay. Yeah, when we use Terraform, right? When to use Terraform, sorry. Okay. When, that's what I said, right? If you want to set up VPC, EC2, S3, RDS, or load balancer, anything, then we will use Terraform, right? So in again, it supports cluster. We will study about registry in some time. Okay. Here it is cluster. It also supports Kubernetes, okay, which can set up EKS, GKE, and AKS. So sorry, okay. And next, it also supports the networking infra subnets. Okay, it supports firewalls, VPN connections. Okay, and it also configures SaaS config is happening. Okay, and there's a Git repos, Cloudflare, DNS. This is a different configuration. Okay, not to worry. And it supports the multi and hybrid cloud infra, which we already studied. Okay. So in details, I have given little more. We have discussed, I guess. Okay. First, before manual process was happening, so the everything you should set up on the cloud, GCP and Azure. But later, on everything was on Python and cloud formation was only the option we had. Okay. And consistency, which I said, time consuming because each server network database needed setup set a step by step manual. If you want to set up a database or any networking part, everything you should go step by step. If you want to go with the VPC peering, there are so many steps you have to follow. If you have missed one step also, there's no peering happening. Same way here also, to bring that out, this has come into picture. Okay. And if there's any mistakes because of manual, you see, even in the before Terraform, whenever the human was working, again there might be a mistake which might bring into a big problem, but that also Terraform has solved. Okay, how we will see that. Okay, and it was very much difficult to scaling. Okay, hard to reproduce the same setup across environments. So manually it's not possible, right? You're doing it continuously and you don't know when your scaling will go up and down, right? So that time it was very difficult doing manually, and there was some limits to the version control as well. Okay, and it all had it stored, and everything was not stored as because we did not support the version control. Okay, it was some limits and there was no history or there is no collaboration behind it. Okay. So after Terraform, what happened, right? After Terraform, like we all know IAC. See, in your interview, if they ask you what is IAC, you must be able to answer that. Infrastructure as code. Yes, I am aware of it. Okay. So everything is defined in .tf files. Okay. We will study more on that in some time. Next one, it is an automated provisioning. Means it run Terraform apply. Uh, when we do it, our whatever we have given the code, it will be hosted on our console. Okay. That is consistency and repeatability. Okay, same config file can be applied multiple times across multiple environments. Okay, and we have multi-cloud. I will not tell that we already did. Version control. So it stores all the .tf files in the. See, .tf file is an extension for Terraform. Okay, how we have .py for Python like that. .tf for Terraform. Okay, it track changes, it rollbacks, and peer review also will happen, right? And it's faster in scaling, easily spin up or destroy the environments with commands. Whatever commands we have given, let's say, if they whenever there is a traffic high, so that time the nodes level will increase, and whenever it's low, then it will reduce. Same way here also. So your state management will happen. So Terraform keeps track of what deployed and prevents duplicates. Okay, it makes sure there is no duplicates here. Okay, so it prevents it, and it will also track what deployed everything. Okay, team collaboration, which I have already told. Okay, so far anyone has any doubts? I believe all clear. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I know today's class will be boring, plus, but you have to bear with me because this is a concept to know. Okay, once we do hands on, it's not boring. Yeah. So I believe everyone are simultaneously filling your form. Okay, fill the form. So your IAC, like it is written has a code. Okay, code C is like code stored in Git. Okay, it is repeatable plus version controlled. Let's say developer one changed and it changed to V1, and again after some days it reached to V2 or something like that. Everything is repeatable. You can everything whatever we are doing as it is connected to Git, it will get updated. Okay, so that important is this, and it also configure in the HashiCorp configuration language, okay, which is declarative. Means it is a simple human readable language. We can really understand it in a very good way, such that it's not difficult for us to read it. It's very easy. Okay, in that form we will study. Okay, next. So example, we give T2, instance type, that is to T2 micro. So now few people might have T3 micro in that way. Okay, providers means plugins to interact with APIs. Okay, and we have some resources like all this like cloud resources and blah blah. Okay, this is an example. For now, don't worry about it. We will do it. So resources means basic building blocks. Okay, example, if you do, then an example is the AWS instance. Okay, AWS S3 bucket in this form. Okay, state file. Okay, state file is one of the important interview questions asked for you. Okay, in upcoming days, and it's very much important to know. Okay, it tracks what Terraform created. Okay, and it's needed for updates and destroy. Okay, so it's like it's not you who creates. It's whenever we create it, it will be automatically tracked. Okay, so in that way it works, and it is very much required for all the updates and destroy. Okay, plan and apply. It's pre-review changes. Okay, you keep on going in this slides. There are so many things, so many times you might see this, but yes, please bear with me. Here it will preview your changes before, like let's say if you're giving code and everything you say, and then apply, before apply you say just go and plan everything, and it will tell you these are the resources you are doing, and is it okay for you and this so and so region. If I go yes I apply, then it will give a warning for us before applying, right? So it's an execute apply means Terraform apply means execute changes. Okay, so it execute the changes. Okay. Next, Terraform workflow means how does it do, right? We create .tf files, let's say main.tf, okay, some other file .tf. TF is must, okay. And if the command, if init means run the Terraform init command, okay, to download the providers. What is providers? We will do it, or will know more about it, okay. Plan apply, which I told, destroy something to destroy the infra, okay. Yeah. So how does the architect work here? CLI. So everyone knows what is CLI, I believe. Okay, it's command line interface. Okay, we have to give some commands to run it, right? So whatever we are doing, code everything. So for that we require command line, right? So that's what your CLI will do. Okay, and core. It's an engine that builds dependency graph and decides executions order. Okay, it provides or has API clients. Okay, providers means it acts as a API clients, so, right? API clients, I believe everyone knows that. Okay, whatever you're doing and all, everything is tracking. Okay, even if it is not delivered, why not delivered, failed, then why failed, everything is tracked there, right? API clients. So, like that, we have so many providers, right? AWS, Azure, GCP, OpenStack, Cloud, Oracle, so many things. Okay, we have so many providers. We will see that in some time. State file, which already I told you. Okay, it maps the resources and real infra. Modules is something reusable collections of data, Terraform resources. Let's say I have created S3, okay, and this might be helpful for another developer also who want to create S3. So I can share my module to him, okay, so he can work on that. Yeah. So the main features of Terraform is what, right? So it is something called sorry, idempotency. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing wrong. Okay, something which is so it's like multiple applies, and there is no duplicate resources. If any, let's say S3, it will not take S3, only by one S3 it will take, right? For that, it is multiple applies, and here it depends on the graph also. Terraform knows what to build first. Okay. I'll show you one example like on AWS and sometime. Okay. On AWS, we will do it, right? First we'll give name, then we will give machine, AMI, and then we will give which type you want and all. Key, you will go and create a key, then you give some configuration if you want, then you follow some step to do it, right? So Terraform knows that what to build first. Then it will do it. Okay. Depends on that. There's a dependency of graph. Okay. Immutable infra is the safer changes for building, rebuilding instead of modifying it. Okay. You can do it that modules which I told you, okay, which is reusable, shareable infrastructure units. Okay, workspace. Workspace means what? So it separates the environment like dev, stage, and prod, right? Every company follows this, right? If something pushed in before pushing to the prod, they follow these steps and all pre-prod or dev and all staging and all, okay, before submitting to the prod, okay? And that your workspace fall into that picture. Provisioner means it will run the script with caution. Okay. It will give you a question like some danger mode. It will give you and then it starts running the script. Okay. Terraform registry means pre-built modules. Okay. Community. Okay. And Hashi. So pre-built in the sense, I am down sure like most of them are aware of Jenkins. How we have plugins, right? Like we go and just install that from our Jenkins only, right? Like that here also Terraform also has the registry. Okay. How? We will see that in some time. Okay. So next one is Terraform state management. Okay. Means local state. Okay. It's a default stored on your machine. Remote state means storing S3 GCS, okay, Azure blob and collaboration. It's a remote state. Okay. For now, you can concentrate on S3 rather than other services. Okay. So state locking is something which is for DynamoDB, prevents two people from applying at once. Okay. So it's a like conflict, I can say. Okay. Where, it also protect like one, if one is doing, another cannot do it. It will be locked. Right. In that way, state locking. So state locking is one of the interview question, important interview questions. Okay. Drift detection is, as I said, right, infra changes outside Terraform state shows mismatch. It works like, if we are not pushing to the main doesn't know where what we have performed, right, in Git. Same thing here also does the same. It follows the same thing. Okay, so variables, this is one of the terminology which we'll be doing. Okay, how variables fall into picture and output. I have given example. For now, you can skip. Okay, I'm damn sure you will not understand now. No problem. Okay, we will do it once we started. Now we will study each terminology, like what does each terminology means in the Terraform, and going forward we'll go deep dive. Okay. So sorry if there are so many topics which will be repeating, so you can skip that. Okay. Modules means it's a group resource for use. Okay. An example VPC module or EC2 module for that. Okay. For workspace, we require multiple environments in one config. So that period of time we require this. Okay. Remote backends means S3, as I said, GCS, a job blob for shared state. Okay. Then we require this remote backends. Okay. State locking means prevents conflict in team, which I told you. Hmm. Next one is Terraform Cloud Enterprise, right? So it will collaborate, it will governance the activity, okay, and it also it will roll back your access control, okay. Role based access control also will be followed in this, okay. Okay, there's a policy as code which is called a Sentinel, okay, and for it enforces the compliance, okay. It only use T2 micro in depth, okay. So there's a policy, we have IAM policy, right? So here also there's a policy for that, okay. And it will integrate with the CI/CD, GitHub Actions, GitLab, CI, all this. Okay, Drift already I told, so I will not tell. Okay, so Terraform versus other. So there might be other tools also in the market. Okay, you might have a question, if Terraform, then why not CloudFormation like that? Why not others? Yes, you can go. There is no compulsion that you have to do it, but anything is must. If you are learning with Terraform, it's okay. If you don't know CloudFormation, if you know CloudFormation, then that's okay. If you don't know Terraform, but today in the market, it's Terraform is the most asked tool. Okay, why we will see that. Okay, and what is the market value? We will see that as well. Okay, so it's a Terraform which will support multi-cloud HCL. Okay, CF will cloud formation, and that is like only limited to AWS, and it works on JSON and YAML only. Okay, okay. What is the difference between Ansible and Terraform, right? Terraform is something which is provisioning, okay, infra provisioning, which we will be doing, okay. Ansible is something which will configure the management, okay. Here, there is another tool called Pulumi, okay. So Terraform is something which is declarative, okay, and Pulumi is something which is imperative, means use Python or JS or Go language, okay. Okay, so usually it happens, right? So every company is very much keenly interested in security part and what to look after and what not to look after, right? Yes, it's a best practice to store the state remotely, and you enable state locking. Okay, use modules for usability. Okay, separate the variables.tf. Okay, outputs.tf and main.tf. See, don't be confused. These are the different means it is same. Whatever you're doing in variables, do it in separate file. Okay. So everything is like, if you're jumbling everything in single file and one big day you have so many lines to learn. Okay, it's not possible for you. So for everything, you should separate, keep it separate, and it is possible, okay? And you should definitely give in .tf format only, extension. As I said, everything is kept in Git, okay? We test infra changes with plan before apply. So as I said, it will give a warning or it will give a message stating one, you want to really apply this or no. A kind of information is given before applying, okay? And we have another some tools, okay, called T-Flint and Choco. That's totally fine, okay. But you should know uh, why, what best you can do, okay, when you're using this tool, okay. Next, we say future of Terraform, right? So what is usually future of Terraform? Okay, it became one of the, it became industry standard for IAC. As I said, every company is very much interested in IAC because they want something, their work to be done very fast and quick without human error, right? And because of the adaptation in Kubernetes and multi-cloud, we required this. Okay, HashiCorp licensing and changes. Okay, see, before HashiCorp was like, it provided free and so many people use utilize, but today now they will have secured it, okay, by licensing it such that no one can use their product. Okay, like they can use it, but it should not be there should not be any copyright issue or something like that. Okay, and it's very much important for DevOps, SRE, cloud engineers. For all of us, Terraform plays a very crucial role. So far, whatever we have we understood why Terraform, what are the terminology, what exactly it does do, what is the history, why it came, everything, right? Now we will study little more, few whichever terminology you have gone through, we will not tell, but whichever is new, we will tell that. Okay, and we'll set up the Terraform today. Your Terraform terminology is like a plugin, okay, that allows Terraform to interact with API of cloud. I told you already, okay, something which is there in built in the okay, in the provider. Okay, we do have this on the Terraform and how we will see that, okay. And there is a resource, okay, the basic building block in Terraform, okay. It defines the infrastructure. Next, we have data source, okay, used to fetch the read-only information from providers, okay. Example, getting the latest AMID, okay, there is Amazon Machine Image, okay. We all know that, right? To get that latest, we have this, so we can fetch the data. Module is something collection of resources packaged together, okay. Root module, the main working directory where Terraform runs actually, okay. This is the main where Terraform runs. Okay. Working directory means we all know, right? Directory is something called as folder, right? It will start from your root folder we have, right? So here also we have root module. Next we have child module, which is a reusable module imported into another configuration. So you might have heard, right? Like child PID, parent PID, like that. Here also we have the PI child modules. Okay, means it can be reusable into another configuration as well. Okay. State, which I already told you, which will keep up the backup files and it will be in the resource. Okay. So all the state maps, resources include actual resources, whatever happened in the cloud, everything it will track and it will keep the records of that. Okay. Next is backend. Means again, this is also very much important interview question. Where the state file is stored local or S3 or Terraform Cloud etc. Okay, etc. Right? Example backend S3 stores state in AWS S3. Okay, so don't get confused. This is something which is there for backend and which is one of the important interview question. We will study more when we will do an hands-on on that. Plan, I will not tell. Apply, destroy, also no. Okay. Life cycle block. This I want to tell. Okay. See, a life cycle block is something which will control the resources behavior during create, update, and delete. Okay. If you are creating, we should update also. If you're updating, you should delete also, right? For that, we follow this. Create before destroy means avoid downtime. Prevent destroy means protect critical resources. Okay. Ignore changes in the sense, ignore the changes in specific attributes. Okay. So we give this. Next is variables, okay, which is input values passed into Terraform configuration. Okay, output is something export values after infrastructure creation. Okay, so they will ask you the difference between those two as well. Okay, in your interview, so you must be aware of that. So we will study a little more on workspace. What is workspace, right? It allows the multiple environment, which I have already told, that is dev, staging, on prod. Okay. And default workspace is, sorry, this is a default. Workspace is will be default. Okay. Let's say if you want to, you know, show all the availability, or see, we have the commands also, right? Like to see what is there, and list, your list will give you all the list whichever present on the Linux. The same way here also, it will show all the available workspace in your Terraform project. Okay, that is Terraform workspace space list. Okay. Now, if you're creating anything new, okay, if you want to create a new workspace, then this will be the command Terraform workspace new dev. Okay, so how we add users in the Linux terminal, right? Sudo add user, whoever you are adding, the same thing you're also you're adding a new member, right? So, and it's useful when you want to spin up the same infrastructure to multiple environments. Okay, and Terraform workspace select prod is for switching to the existing workspace prod. Okay, we have, like, we also have this concept in Git, right? GitHub, like we want to switch from one branch to another branch, but in the same way here also it works. Okay. Okay, we said dev prod, but where it is used, right? So creates the resources with the names like app dev, okay, db dev, okay. But prod will create the resources with the name app prod and db prod, okay. So it's something, it's like based on the groups, like which team is working on what. Based on that, it is calculated. Okay. Okay. So also I said both environments can be managed with the same Terraform code, but separate the states. Okay. So you can definitely it can be managed with Terraform code, but you should keep a separate file. We have said in the, like, in the previous slide, right? We said that there should be a separate file for everything. Otherwise, it will be jumbled and confused. After enterprise, we'll take a pause and then take your doubts and then we'll continue. Okay. So next one is Terraform Cloud, means a hosted service by HashiCorp. Okay. That provides a remote state management. It will provide the remote state management. It collaborate and give you access control, and it will run remote execution on your cloud infra, and it will also integrate with the VS Code or GitLab or anything. Okay. Hmm. Terraform Enterprises means it's a self-hosted paid version of Terraform. Okay. And it's very like every company, whenever let's say for Microsoft Teams also, okay. If there is limited people, okay. Many people are there, they have to go with the paid version like that. You're also okay. That will fall under enterprises. So far, anyone has any doubts?
Yeah, if we go into the practical sessions, then we may have doubts. I guess this theory part somewhat they are understanding.
Okay, yeah, that's what. As I said, today there is the day one, so it will be an
Mhm.
intro part only. Okay, we will be doing once we enter into practical.
Yeah.
So, Pooja, like one
Uh,
question. Usually, I get confused between Docker, Kubernetes, and Terraform. Like now that Terraform is clear, I think Docker and Kubernetes are related to one specific
Hmm.
uh, orchestration, right? Not the entire cloud platform orchestration.
Yes.
Okay.
So there are only 49 people. Whoever has shared, I'll be sharing with them. Whoever did not share, nothing can be done.
sure, just 1 minute. Initially you sent a QR code, right? So what exactly is it for?
This is to fill the details.
Okay.
Like I'll be share whatever document I have shared, right? So that shade, no, like I have, like I'm teaching you, right? So intro part, some setup or whatever we will be doing on day-to-day activities. in the class. Everything
Okay.
I'll be giving in the notes. So for that, I don't give access to everyone. So that's like the
Okay.
people who are regular to the classes or whatever they are. So that's what I want to share on the mail ID. So I want your mail ID and contact details and few of the things. You can share that. You have an advertisement initially, then close that and fill your details.
Sure. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, I have one doubt, Pooja.
Yes, Mohammed.
To work with Terraform, we need AWS, right?
Sorry.
To work with Terraform, we need the AWS account, right?
Yes, we require. You people, like, I believe, like, all have completed AWS and Linux here, right? Or anyone who don't know about it. Because why I'm asking, yes, Yogesh, you know you're saying, huh? Okay, fine. Why? Because without these two, it's not possible to understand what I'm trying to tell when I'll be teaching the next topics, right? So it's important.
Pooja, hello.
Yes.
So Terraform is just a tool where we can create a resource using cloud, right?
Yeah. So let's say there's an AWS or resources EC2, S3 want to do it. Okay. So usually what we will do it hands-on, right? Like hands-on and then we'll be doing manually, right? Like you want to set up everything and all, right? When there is a two, three resources, fine. But there are multiple resources which is come into picture which require large configuration. So that what you will do, we will be doing that and the Terraform that first we will set up a code. Providers we call that as a provisions and all. Okay. We will take that and then what we will do, let's say EC2 instance in you want in Mumbai region. So you give that configuration, which instance size, what you want and all. Then we write and we execute and that is ready on our console.
So which language we will use to write a code?
HashiCorp language. It will be easy to understand and they have given the documents also. It's not like we have to buy heart or something like that. Everything will be there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Pooja, one doubt. Can we integrate, suppose like one resource from AWS and another one from Azure? Can we integrate both the resource in same code, or how it work? If we need to integrate both the cloud means.
No, if you're integrating first with AWS, then AWS. Like it will support both. Let's say if you want to go with Azure for few services, and AWS for few services, then that can be possible, right? So it's like that. Azure cannot enter into AWS. AWS cannot enter into Azure because they both work in different uh method, right? Like that. But
Yeah, for my
multi-region is
clarity,
possible.
I'm yeah, sorry for interrupting. So if I have my infra that code are in AWS, but I can't store it in Azure blob, right? Only in
Hmm.
S3.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Because these both are rivalries. How can they support each other, right? It's not possible. So they get integrated with multi other resources. Like add-on is okay for them, but they are not okay with different cloud like that.
Another doubt, Pooja, what's the difference between the versioning and that uh, versioning thing and the state file? So, as far as my understanding, state file stores the like it's a DB of that our infra. And what about the versioning?
See, okay, let's say like I think you have completed the Git and GitHub, right?
Yes.
So your Git and GitHub does it will record all our history, right? Like let's say if any features we have added V1, then if you want to update that into V2 or something like that, right? So your all the version, let's say you have integrated GitHub. When you have integrated that time it was V1, okay? But when you have done after some time, then it might be V3, V2 something that will be updated here on your Terraform, okay? So have and all, we will do it once we are into the class. Okay.
So Pooja, you told it will
Yes.
integrate with the Jenkins and GitLab, right? GitLab.
Yes.
So what is the use of integrating with those tools?
Okay. My version is on my GitHub. Okay, GitHub. But I want to fetch that to my Terraform, which I can do it something with the AWS, right? So there's an integration. So everything which is already there on GitHub. So there's a partners, okay? Like you, if you have completed Jenkins, your code is there, your repo, everything is there on your GitHub. So that you want to just push it and do some updates here with this tool. So in that way, here also it will work. Okay, fine. For this, everyone, I just want to tell that you can do until less because think 1 hour theory, not this 1 minute, sorry. Okay. Everyone, what all the things are required from you is once we start the class hands-on. First, you have to have your VS Code installed. Okay. We will install. I'll tell you how to install Terraform on our this one Windows. Okay, you should have VS Code. Okay, and you should have AWS console also. Okay, I am that I will tell whoever are don't have any idea. We will do everything tomorrow. Okay, hands on how to do what to do. But this is the things because AWS console might also take 48 hours, sometimes 24 hours to 48 hours. So I'm saying that be ready with AWS console. Okay, and IAM and is AWS CLI. I can help you out tomorrow. Not to worry for that. But VS Code download. I am AWS console prepare, be ready with that. And Terraform, how to install that I will tell you in some time. Okay. So these are the
Yeah,
things.
Pooja,
So
AWS console is the landing page you're saying, like AWS account page, right?
AWS console, AWS console only free tier we have, right? AWS console management.
I'm not getting about that AWS console thing. How will you-
My screen is visible.
Yes.
Okay. We have this, right?
Oh, okay,
AWS
okay.
console. This only I'm saying about.
Yeah, okay. Okay, got it.
Okay. Okay. So a few of the things. So once we do, and until we complete our class, we will be following the same thing. So we require those prerequisites. Okay. Okay. Hmm. So I was still Terraform Enterprise, right? So next is provisioners. Okay. So it is used for bootstrapping again. Okay. Running scripts, command insiders. Okay. All these things we will see. Don't worry about it. Okay. Registry is something, how we have GitHub registry, right? Repo, we have repo and ECR registry. In the same way, here also we have the repo. Okay. For Terraform. Public and private repo will be there. Okay. Which is also a Terraform providers and modules. So we will see that in some time. Okay. And another one is we can execute an execution of graph is possible here, which I told already. This I already told drift. I told. Okay, I think I have went. Yeah. So what usually backends is mean, okay? Where and how Terraform stores state, okay? Example, S3 and Dynamo. In your interview question, this is the one of the important question what they'll ask you. In backend, how do you do it and how do you integrate that, okay? You integrate S3 plus DynamoDB, okay? S3 stores the state file. DynamoDB provides the state locking, okay? So one is providing file, another person is locking. For that, we call it DynamoDB and it fall under the bucket backends, okay? Console means store state and allow services discovery. Okay. Terraform Cloud means remote backend for collaboration, versioning, and security. Okay. Life cycle rules means it controls how Terraform we all have S3 policies, right? To follow some process, like to manage and cost optimize and so many other things. Okay, the same thing here also we have some life cycle rules. Okay, how like it will manage the resources during changes. It create the before destroys. Okay, it creates a new resources before deleting the old one. Okay, avoid downtime as well. Okay, it prevents the destroy, means protect the critical resources from accidental deletion. Okay, so it makes that as that, that's what life see, whichever the data is very much crucial for a company, if that is deleted, it's very much big loss, right? But it is taken care, right? So your the life cycle rules applies. Okay, count and for each means it is used to dynamically create multiple resources from a single block. Okay, so what this mean? Don't worry for now. We will be doing. Okay. You can just take it. Count means create resources based on the numeric value. Okay, and for each means creates resources from map or set, giving more control, something like that. Okay. Okay. Terraform functions. Okay, what does it do? So we have some strings function, list function, and map function. Okay. So strings is like uppercase and replaces or something like that. Okay. List function is for length and concatenate. For map is for lookup and merge. In that way. Okay. We have some functions also which fall into this picture. And then dynamic block, which I told already. Okay. It is like allowing generating nested blocks dynamically inside the resources. Useful when block contain dependent on variable or lists map. Okay. Next is import, Terraform import. Okay. See, I'm damn sure you might get confused with terminologies. No problem. Take your time to understand. But today, as an intro, so I think like every concept is should be clear. So I'm telling this. But take your time to understand and learn. No problem. Okay. So you will be understanding this once we will be doing hands-on, and you will have an idea on that. So it brings an existing infrastructure into Terraform management. Okay, let's Terraform track resources that were created manually or outside Terraform. Okay, in that way, and Terraform trend means taint means marks the resources for forced recreation or the next apply. Used when a resource is unhealthy or needs rebuilding, even without config changes. So that time we will use Terraform taint. Okay, providers is which I told you. We will have the plugins. I'll show you in some time. And security is very much crucial for a company, right? So it secrets the secret management. Okay, avoid storing password in plain text or something like that. And it will use environment variables, encrypted files, or hashing up old. Okay, old for sensitive data. We will study this. Okay, and I believe many of have also studied that. And we enforce rule based access and state file protection also. Okay. See, there are some alternatives. This is given by taken. I have taken this from Terraform only. Okay, so there are some alternative overviews also. Okay, means exactly like Terraform, which are different. Okay, they might be Chef, they might be Puppet, or they might be Extra, except some etc. The other tools also. CloudFormation, Heat also there. Okay, and there is some Boto Fog. There is some custom solution as well. All this is about Terraform, like why, when, who is the partners, who are not partners, who, what is the what's pros and cons of the Terraform, how it will help, all those things. Okay. Yes. Next, the important topic is why Terraform, right? Why Terraform? Why it is in the market and why it is important. So now we have understood what is Terraform and why we should use Terraform. Okay, but we should know why in the market, right? Why? Because cloud adopt there's so much wherever you go, there's AWS. Wherever you go, there is a cloud, right? Without cloud, there is no job role in these days because if you at least require S3, you at least require virtual machine, right? You require something and your DB or RDS, so many things is done with few clicks, then why people are not companies are not ready for that, right? They are okay with that. And that's what the cloud has come into picture, right? So almost every company, startup to enterprises uses AWS, Azure, or GCP, right? But to do all the work manually, it's not possible. So to enable this to a multi-cloud and hybrid cloud infrastructure, this Terraform is very important. Okay. Next is industry standards for IAC. Okay, it competes with CloudFormation and ARM templates. Okay, and Pulumi. etc. Means it follows some kind of templates, some kind of set of rules. Okay. Here, Terraform is provider and agnostic means work across 1,000+ services. It dominates. Okay. And scalability and collaboration is team managed infra at a scale using Terraform. Okay. It also manages at the cloud level enterprises. Okay. And it fits CI/CD pipelines also, which is very much important for DevOps. Okay. And it is very much cost optimization and governance means companies use Terraform for predictable deployments, tagging and cost control also. Okay, tagging is done because let's say we have five team members or a five pay team, data team is using huge amount of data or something they are not optimizing. So I can go and tell them, please, can you reduce this? Okay, for that tagging is used. So it will help for cost optimization as well. Okay. Next, main thing, right? Why we should study. Okay, job role trends with Terraform. Okay. Uh, so here it is. Terraform skills are in demand across because, as I said, it's very much important for DevOps engineer, cloud engineer, SRE engineer, platform engineer, and infrastructure engineer and solution architect. Every single engineer will use this Terraform. Okay. So that important it is in the market. Okay. Plus, if you have Terraform, Kubernetes plus AWS. It is very much important now. Okay, see, a few companies. It's not like if you know DevOps, then 5 to 7 tools is required. Some companies prefer Kubernetes and Terraform. That's it. And AWS is must have skill. Okay, but if you know only two and AWS, still you are hired. If you know Terraform and Ansible, still you are hired. If you know Terraform and Jenkins, still you are hired. Okay, it's based on the company's requirement, but any other of the 2 to 3 tools with AWS, then you are into the market, right? So that important it is. How salary trends depends according to 2025 estimation, right? So entry level job will be between 10 to 6 to 10. Okay, mid will be from 12 to 24. More than and years of experience also have given, right? 3 to 6 years and 0 to 2 years and 7 years. Okay, which might fall for architect or lead. Okay, which might be 25 to 45 plus. Okay, again USA and Europe have given. Next is future trend. I already told many people are adopting multi-cloud in Kubernetes. Plus IAC will are playing a great role, okay, and will be playing a great role as well. Shift left in security, okay, means it has policies and has some sentinel, I said, right? So it is like secure. FinOps means cost governance with Terraform. So there is a good future with Terraform, so it's important to learn Terraform. Okay. So I believe no problem. Understood fine. Did not, then not to worry. I'll give the documents. Please go through it. Okay. And now what we will do. First, everyone, you can install. I will share my screen. 1 minute. Install. Everyone can see this, right? Install Terraform. Okay. You have to click on
Yeah, I
this.
can see.
Yeah. Thank you. So you have an option. Just type Terraform. Terraform install for Windows or something like that. You should show HashiCorp for developer. Okay. So you have to enter into install Terraform. Okay. Next, how and what to do. So you have to, if you see for Mac, you should install this. Okay. And for Windows, we will be installing this. Okay. So once you install, there's some process. So I believe if somebody can share the screen, I can tell you because I have already added, but I will still tell you what you have to do. So once installation is done, right? you have an option called everything will be downloaded in your this one. 1 minute. You can see my other window.
No.
Now no. Fine. For now, I'll share. You can see now. See,
Yes.
example. You have zip file like this. Okay, you have zip file like this. Zip file like this. Okay, you should go with the extract all. Extract all. Okay, so it will lead to another page for you like this. Okay. I repeat. Uh, you have an option called install for Windows or something. Okay, so not with the AMD 64, we are going with 386 version 1.130. This download. Once you download, you have your everything in your zip file. So you should right click on this, and then you have to go with extract all. Okay, after that you have an extract for you, right? This Terraform is there, right? Terraform that you have to copy, not cut, copy. Okay, copy. Then go to your C drive. Okay, then you have to create. You should enter into the program files. Paste it here. Okay, paste it somewhere. I have already pasted, so I'm not pasting. Okay, I have given you. Sorry, I believe like you have to create a file, create a folder in this. Okay, and then give your Terraform here. Okay. After this, see, I don't know people you are understanding or no, but I will definitely tell. One of you can share your screen. I'll tell, but I'll tell before that one time what we are going to do. Okay. After pasting that into the C drive, program files, create a file and enter the Terraform here. Okay. Then you should take this path. Okay. Copy this path. Then you should type environmental variables. You have this option called system environment variables. You have option. Okay. So you should click on this. You have an option called environment variables. So you should click on this. You have an option called edit. So you should click on edit. So you should give the particular path. I am not, see, sorry. Before that, you should select this edit option. I have already pasted it. So I'm not pasting. You should click with new, paste, say okay, okay, and done. Okay. When you go with the PowerShell, when you type Terraform, it should show you the version. Okay, not version, like Terraform. Terraform. It will show me this code. Okay, if you want to check Terraform version, then type Terraform version. Okay, it will show you which Terraform it is there. Okay, so this we are setting up for desktop. Okay, anyone can share your screen, so other person also can can do the same thing. I will guide you in that. So next you should install VS Code also. Okay, VS Code you do it because I'm damn sure most of them have completed cloud and DevOps. Okay. Yeah. Anyone is ready to share or you don't want or you will be doing, then it's up to you. Can I share the
Can
screen, ma'am? Yes, please. Did you type? I think you're on the wrong page. Can you type one more time?
Wait, in the
Install
above install
Terraform
option
for
is there.
yes. First one, install Terraform. Scroll up or down, whatever. 1 minute. I will share the link. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Wait, in the top install option is there. Nearby Terraform install tutorials. You just click that install.
Okay. I have shared one link. Can you
You
open
just
that?
click.
Huh.
Click.
In our channel, I have shared Teams channel only.
Can I share my screen because I already downloaded that correct one? It's a Terraform 1.13.0 on Windows 368,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So I downloaded and I extracted. So I created a folder in the C drive
No,
and I
actually, yes. After that C drive, you have to copy paste that path,
yeah
and then you have to set up in a environment variables.
enrollment variables.
So yeah, any like someone was sharing, you can share the screen. Take this link and share your screen so that I can guide others. Also, will have an idea if they are stuck into this.
Uh,
You took the same thing which I have given.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you are into Mac. Go with Windows. Second option is there, no? Second, huh? Okay, can you okay, scroll up. 386 you can see. Huh. Click on that.
No, that is Linux one.
Yeah,
Debian
that one
has
was
published.
Linux.
Okay, sorry. About Windows, not that one. Windows, I said Mac. Below that is Windows. See, huh? Yes. Delete the first file from your folder. Huh. Now go to the downloads. Downloads. No. Huh. Even no. I want you to extract that. Just downloads. Now you have an option called, click right click. You have extract all option. Hmm. Extract. Extract. Yeah. Hmm. Terraform. First file is terraform.exe. Copy that. Okay. Copied. Go with the C drive. C drive. This PC is this PC. This PC option. Huh. Okay. Go to program files. Program files. No. Don't copy. Don't copy. Program files. Are you sure you want to cancel? You should say yes. QS option. Go with program files. You were correct when you were doing scrolling. Okay, program files. Okay, fine. Create a new folder here. Give name Terraform. Continue. Terraform. Hmm. Now enter into the Terraform. Paste. Continue. Okay. Now at the Windows, this PC, Windows program files is copy paste all whole path. Just copy. Okay, copy it. Now search in the Windows bar, search down, leave this page now. That's fine. Okay, let it be like that only. Now minimize it. Now search in the search button, type variables, env environment variables, env you type. Wait, here only. Edit the system environment variables, no? First option, control panel. Click on that. Yes, I want that another pop-up. Nahi, you were that right. Open panel. Control panel you do. Click on that. Yes. Okay. Wait. Down environment variables is there. Down. Your where is a cursor? Your cursor was correct. Yes. Click on that. Second box is there, no? System variables. Their path you should scroll up or down. You should have path option. Can you scroll? Not that one. Below one. Wait. Path is there, right? Path. After OS, path is there. Click on that line. Yes. Wait. Now go with edit option. Edit. Okay, it's not happening. Okay, no problem. Go with the new. There only. Copy paste your drive there. Now go with OK. Again, OK. Okay, you're also OK. Now open PowerShell. Type Terraform. Enter. Okay. Type one more command. Terraform space version. So everyone should follow this process. Okay. If anyone has missed also, you have a recording classes, please go through it. For that only I have put this much effort to tell everyone. Okay. So yeah, this is ready. So everyone has Ubuntu with you now. Not Ubuntu, sorry. AWS. Because we need console, we have to download one. Like we have to create AWS CLI, and we should configure that AWS CLI. Okay. Fine. Whoever don't have, I request everyone to have that. Okay. Fine then. I'll share my screen and I'll tell you like what we are going to do. Okay. The one who are aware of AWS CLI, it's good. And the one who are not, then I'll tell them. Okay. Till that, can you please everyone install VS Code? I'm sharing my screen, okay? So that you will have an idea what we are doing it now. Just we will set up the things what is required for us, okay? So as if tomorrow onwards we can start the hands-on. Everyone can see my dashboard. I believe everyone has AWS console, okay? Let's say everyone has console, okay? And whoever don't know how to create that, I'm just telling you for your information. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll take this. I'll search your IAM. Okay. IAM. Okay. I'll go here and we will create one batch for us. Okay. One user. That is user. We will go with the new user. Okay. Terraform weekend. I will go. Okay. I will say Terraform weekend. Okay. So here it is saying that, yes.
Everyone has to create this, or if you create, it will be sufficient for us to use.
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
So, so everyone has to create a user.
Anyone we can. This is just for a test, right? So that's fine. Okay. Huh. So what we will be doing, no, we will not do everything on our root user because we in company we don't have root user privilege, right? Whatever we will be doing everything on the user only, user configuration. Okay, but you will give admin permission for him. That's it. Okay, that's what we are creating today. So we are creating Terraform weekend project. Okay. So we will attach some policy for him. That is admin policy. Okay, administrator policy I'll give, and that's it. See, I'm not saying this because I believe that you know. Okay, if you don't know, then you can definitely ask. Uh, so this is a Terraform, right? I have created user. I will enable that. Auto generated. I'm okay with auto generated password. So I'm downloading the file. This I have created the credentials. Means next time I will log in into this test and then I will be performing. We will be performing our test. Okay. So everyone, you can be ready with your consoles and the things. So only I'm telling you today. Okay. Next, we will not assign MFA for him, but we will create secret access key. So I will enter here. Okay. I will tell I want the CLI. Okay. We will give test weekend. And yes, I'm downloading my file. Okay, done, all done. Now what we will do? Okay, better I will share. 1 minute. Again and again, I can't share. Everyone, you can see my screen, no? So far I created a Terraform user, IAM user. I have created, given him the access, console access I have given, okay? And I have created the key, access key also, okay? So now I believe that you have done VS Code. So because you are not telling me, so I don't know who has created and who has not created, okay? So what we will do? Now we said no, we will go into the program files, blah blah. Okay, I have pasted in this file only. This PC OS program files and Terraform. I'm into this folder. So I will type here PowerShell. Okay, I will type PowerShell. My PowerShell will open. Okay, when it will open, I will type code dot enter. Right, then I will enter into my Terraform. Right, this is what our path is. Right, into C drive, program files and Terraform, right? So I want the terminal bash. Okay. So we are into bash now. 1 minute. Everyone, I believe everyone can see this. Okay. Now what I will do? I will do AWS CLI here. Okay. So to do, I don't have here, it is showing we don't have AWS CLI, right? Means I don't have AWS CLI. I should install that AWS CLI. Okay. For that, I should perform some password. The revision snaps here. Okay. Fine. No problem. The thing is, I have to install the CLI. Okay. We have to give some commands, standard commands, which I have given here in your notes. Okay. You have to do that. Okay. Be ready with the setup. What you have to do is, uh, first thing, we have installed this one, right? Second thing is you should have Visual Code, which I have given. Third, you should have AWS. In AWS, you should have IAM user. Third, next, you should have AWS CLI. Okay. These are the 5 things you should have. Now I have all. I have AWS console, I have IAM. Now I should install AWS CLI, right? So I will install AWS CLI here. Okay. Next, I will tell. Next, same command. There is no changes in any commands. Okay. Please follow the same thing which I have given you. And your AWS CLI. AWS CLI means what is there on my console. I'm talking here in the local, right? For that, I will require AWS CLI. Command line interface is required to communicate from remote to on-premises. I'm not doing anything. Whatever is there, I am I'm following that same thing. Okay. Okay. It's not happening for me. Then it's some error. Okay. This I'm facing some error. This revision snaps CLI. Okay, 1 minute. Sudo apt read. Okay, so I believe everyone will do this. Okay, I will tell you. Okay, simple. Okay, I will tell in my terminal. I will set up until that. Okay, but I'll show on my terminal also what is the output, how you will get to know if your AWS CLI is installed. Okay, 1 minute. I'm just opening my terminal. See, this is my AW. I will just do everything all set up here also. It will take some time. Okay. So now for you people, I'm saying if AWS CLI is installed, then it will show the output like this. You can see this now. This is an output for AWS CLI. Okay. AWS CLI is installed, then you should give AWS, then your AWS CLI is there. Okay. How to configure is AWS configure. Okay. In AWS configure. Okay. Enter. Then we have installed one like access key. No, just now I have created one file. So access key I have installed, right? So that I should take care and copy paste. One minute. So this is an access key or key ID. Okay. And another key is secret key. Okay. Which I'll be giving here. Okay. I will give, I want in US, sorry, US, sorry. US West, one region. It will take, I want in JSON. So I will take, then configuration happens. Okay. Like this, the AWS configuration, you have to do it. And like your terminal will talk to the AWS. Okay. In Terraform, it is must have, prerequisite, I can say. Without that, it's not possible to work on that. Okay. Sangeeta, I'm on mute. Anyone cannot hear me so far what I say?
No, we can hear.
Okay, I was so shocked to that I was not able to like. Okay, fine, no problem. So that's fine. Okay, so everyone take your time, no problem. Whatever I'll be sharing on your Gmail ID. Whoever has given me the mail ID, so go with that and install your VS Code. Okay, and be ready with the AWS console, AWS user, and then I am row user. Sorry, not AWS user. I am row user, and install. Access key, not install, create access key. Be ready with that. Okay. Then we will be doing tomorrow, what it is, and our work will be done. Okay. Anyone has any doubt so far in this installation or something, you can ask me. I'll guide you.
Pooja,
Pooja, I have.
in organization level also they will do the same.
Yes. See, organization setup is different, like different in the sense based on the requirement what we do it. Okay. But this is the basic. Okay. If we know this, then we can set up there as well.
No,
Right?
like
See, in organization also, they follow the same process to say.
like we have installed Terraform in locally, right? So in organization level, they will do the same, or they will install in servers.
Yes. They do it on local. See, it depends. If company allows, they do it on local. If they don't, then they'll go with the same integration, whatever we did, they do it on the virtual machine. That's it. On Ubuntu, they do it on their on premises. Some allow, some don't allow. For production, they'll not allow. No company allows that. But for practice, we cannot keep it right. So for a longer period. So I have taken this. But process will be same, exactly same. So still 7 minutes we have. Anyone has any doubt with respect to installation, you can ask me. I'll be guiding.
Yeah, Pooja, I have version 1.12 which is already installed. So I need to uninstall that and do this 1.131, right?
For
Or
what?
anything on this Terraform only. So I have earlier I have installed version 1.12.2. So now what you
Just
have told
update.
is
Just update it. That's fine. Okay, you can just update your Terraform. That's it. Whatever you're using, right? Terminal on that you just update the Terraform. Okay. So currently we have Terraform version is
yeah, 1.13.0, which you just told now.
1 minute. I'll just share.
Right.
Version. We have V1 0.13. You have?
I have V1.12.
Okay. You should just update that. That's it.
Okay. And one more
Yeah.
thing, Pooja, like you said, no, there's some combinations, AWS plus Kubernetes. Can you just tell one more time? Because I could not completely catch it.
AWS plus Kubernetes.
Yeah,
Okay, see,
AWS to
I told,
Kubernetes.
no, I told, let's say, there is a company, there's a requirement of Kubernetes, AWS, and Terraform, right? So we have total 7 tools, right? Usually in our AWS, right? 7 tools we have usually, right? So
Yeah.
for that, out of that, even though if you know these three, you are still hired for a DevOps engineer. I mean to say, Terraform is must have skills in these days. Everyone asks Terraform, Jenkins, even though person don't know Kubernetes and Docker, and the person know Terraform or Jenkins. Git and GitHub is like very common. They should have and AWS, right? Still they'll be hired. It's like that. If you are well versed in one and don't know in another one, that's totally fine. But you will be considered and you'll be hired. And depends again companies to companies varies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Anyone has any question?
And Terraform Azure also is a combination, right? Some of the
Hmm.
opportunities is there, right?
Yeah. We do, you do have in that as well.
Okay.
Yeah, then if no doubts, then you can continue. We will be you know doing hands-on from tomorrow onwards. Okay, so everyone please be ready. I will not wait for anyone if not done. So because I have to complete my portion on time. So I should go with the next things. Be ready. If any doubts, you can let me know. I will be there.
And Pooja, this notes which you just showed that you will be sharing, right?
Sharing on this one. Mail ID.
Email.
Mail ID.
Email. Okay.
Yes. I'll share now in just 2 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
Yeah. I'll be there for 3 minutes. If anyone has any concerns, you can let me know. I will be giving.